Here is a recap of our proposed project. We originally proposed to raise $700 by Thanksgiving break. To do this, we came up with the idea of driving for donations, which is a fundraising idea that we came up with. Would be to pick people up on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights around campus and give them to other places on campus or to downtown Bloomington. Um, and all we would ask for in return would be a small donation to the Boys and Girls Club. We also wanted to get at least one restaurant to give a meal a month to the Boys and Girls Club. Uh, this could include any restaurant around the Bloomington Normal area. And we also decided that we were going to commit 5 to 10 community service hours by November 25th. Most aspects in life, things don't always go according to plan. As the semester was dwindling down, we realized it would be hard for all of the members to put in 5 hours of volunteers, so we planned a food drive right before Thanksgiving so that we would have the opportunity to put in some amount of volunteer hours. Also, after efforts of getting restaurants in the Bloomington Normal area to donate for the Meal a Month program, it became apparent that most of them were reluctant to donate. So we decided to get rid of that idea too. As you can see on the left-hand corner of the screen is an updated PERT chart of our group's activities and contributions.
Came across during this project varied. The first obstacle was the fact that we did not have as much of a market as we thought we would have. People would not always call us for rides depending on the night and the events going on that weekend. Within our group, a major struggle was figuring out everyone's availability. With 7 group members, our schedules conflicted often, making it difficult to meet. After making the final decision of how we were going to fundraise money, we learned that our main project idea had the potential to be seen as illegal due to the new laws being enforced in the city of Bloomington. Lastly, in regards to actually driving for donations, group members would receive more donations than others depending on the specific night. We use additive tasks as well as delegating leadership, which is requiring groups to work individually on a task or one aspect, then combine their efforts for the final product. In our meeting on November 13th, in our variation, we assigned chapters for exam 2 to either a specific person or in pairs to study and know the content for their assigned chapter. This worked out well because the content was covered by a specific person and helped with answering on the exam. The benefits of this was that even though everyone had a general understanding of the unit, at least one person was an expert on the topic. Drawbacks to this concept was that it was hard to make a decision if the person was not entirely sure on the answer of the question.
We also utilize traditional brainstorming to help generate fundraising ideas. Traditional brainstorming is creating a number of solutions, combining ideas, writing them down, and putting all evaluations aside for a specific problem. In our meeting on September 4th, we brainstormed ideas for what exactly we would do to raise money for the Boys and Girls Club. We believe that this helped our group's creative thinking process by having each of us come up with as many realistic fundraising ideas as possible, and also gave us a lot of backup ideas that we eventually had to use. We would suggest other groups in the future to do electronic brainstorming instead, since it prevents individuals from censoring themselves due to being embarrassed about their ideas. Finally, our group used the active experimentation learning style throughout the semester. This learning style refers to a preference in trying different things to see what option works the best. In our meeting on September 11th, we thought of multiple ways to come up with the money that we pledged to raise for the Boys and Girls Club. And in October, when we reevaluated our goals, we had to use one of our backup ideas that we previously thought of. This worked out very well for our group because the Thanksgiving food drive was such a huge success.
For our project, we came up with 2 different ideas for raising money for the Boys and Girls Club, one of them being driving students around on campus on weekend nights for a small donation. We made it fun by asking the students some trivia questions while we drove them to their destination. We recorded this by using a GoPro camera. We made it of $367. The second idea we had to fundraise money was having a food drive. We made an event page, sent out mass emails, and told our friends and classmates about it. This was an extremely successful event. We collected 230 cans and 35 boxes of food. Each item was priced around $4, making the total out to being over $1,000 worth of food for the Boys and Girls Club.
For our task and relational outcomes, we used the nominal group technique to decide on what we would do for our group project. In our meetings, we would vote on what we thought was the best idea, and majority would rule. Overall, we raised $367 in cash for the Boys and Girls Club. In addition, with the food drive, we raised 230 cans of food and 35 boxes of food, totaling over $1,000 of food. We believe that we did not reach our goal because there was no way to monitor how much we would make on a specific night for driving donations. In addition, we would say that our group was dissatisfied with the final outcome of the project. I think that we would have chosen a different path as to what we would do to raise the money if we had to do it again, to raise more money in cash as opposed to just food.
To give another student group would be more organized, set strict and realistic goals, set a product of higher price rather than something that has minimal cost, and create a timeline that your group can easily follow and not need to make revisions.